Hey, John, a question and a quick follow-up. I know you
Sure.
spoke about it, but we've seen the mainstream success of WWE superstars like The Rock and Batista when crossing over into other mediums. Was American Grit just a passion project, or are you hoping this leads to bigger opportunities in mainstream media?
Anything you do in entertainment, my conversation with you, and by the way, you've been doing great work covering us, and I greatly appreciate that a magazine like Forbes is giving WWE a little bit of limelight. So keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
But anything you do in entertainment, I don't entertainment business. I mean, I'm talking to Forbes, so this is actually very applicable. You don't just want to just do it and just leave it out there with no rhyme or reason behind it. That's not a smart business move. The great thing about American Grit, it runs parallel with WWE. You want to talk about passion project. WWE is my life, and it is my passion. And when something like American Grit comes along that I helped create from the very first conversation into fruition of airing the first episode, it becomes a passion project. And if you look at what I do on WWE television and essentially what I'm doing on American Grit, they're also very close. It's a very fine line between the two shows. So essentially, I get to do what I love in WWE and in American Grit, and I don't see it as just, well, I'll put this out there and hope for the best. Of course, I hope it brings more and better business opportunities. I hope it brings more brand awareness. I hope we can do more. I hope it establishes a better relationship with Fox. Like, there's so many things I could talk about that this show could be used as a vehicle for. But right now, I just want a bunch of folks to watch episode 2, and we'll see where it goes.
Well, American Grit is a physically demanding show, and injuries are almost inevitable. You have suffered several injuries throughout your career. So what did you tell contestants suffering through pain, and can you provide any update on your current injury status?
I'm feeling pretty damn good, man. I'm like that relief pitcher in the bullpen, just waiting for the phone call. So I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting for the manager to ring the phone and answer it, and then throw on the old Superman outfit and show up where they need me to and do what they need me to do. So as far as my condition, that's where I'm at. As far as me educating the competitors about taking care of themselves, I think that would just be assumed from what you do. And the great thing about watching American Grit, and this was by design, if you watch a lot of these competition shows, some of the feats that they have to accomplish there's so much into them that it's almost unrelatable to the audience at home. Like, they're just so produced. In episode 1, we had folks carry a log, and then we had them run an obstacle course that was something that you could definitely find on your local obstacle run, and then we had them hold a rope. And I think every person, and that this is what by design, I want every person who watches this to see, feel, relate, and compare. Okay, I feel what they're going through. I can relate to that. I've had to do something like that before in my life. And you know what? How would I do if I was in their shoes? And I think we did a really good job of not thinking over the head of the audience and trying to go for uber spectacular things that people had no idea what it feels like to do or can conceptualize. So these things being basic, everyone has an understanding of the toll it takes on the body. So, I mean, injuries happen in anything that's active. I mean, hell, you could get hurt crossing the street. But I think competitors had a general better awareness in American Grit because it's all stuff that they're genuinely familiar with.
That's it from me. Thank you very much for the time, sir.
You got, and by the way, keep up the good work. Like I said, you're doing us a solid, and it's greatly appreciated.
Thank you again.
Even when you're talking bad about me.
not so much.
I take it in jest. But I'm serious. Good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, John. Thank you for your time. What was the most rewarding experience for you filming American Grit? And do you think we could see a special episode featuring WWE superstars in the future?
I think the possibilities of this show are limitless. I really do, because of what it is based on. You will be put in a certain area of the earth. You will work with a team as best you can, and at one point or another, your resolve will be tested. any single human being can fit in that category. So I really think the possibilities of this are endless. I think it would be unbelievable television to have a WWE version of American Grit. The thing that I learned the most, the thing that I'm most proud of this show is all the good that happens within it. Really, honestly, I remember the very last when we filmed the finals, and I'm walking away saying to myself, either America is going to be ready for this or they're not, because it is just unlike anything you see on television, because there is no voting. The backstabbing manipulation is a waste of breath, because it is not necessarily about biggest and strongest. Competitors are immediately downsized to like, whoa, I am going to have to just ante up and do my best. There is no unholy alliances, because it doesn't move you forward at all. It is just like all of it is on your team and how well you function as a team, and on you and as an individual when you are called to face the circus, as we call it in American Grit. You know that you'll have to get to a point where you extend beyond yourself, and for people who have to ring out, it is disappointing. But for people who can survive the circus, like the bond between teammates, the bond between cadre, and I think looking inside themselves, and Goldie, what a great example. Like she said, and I quote, "Thank you for believing me," like believing in me. That it was so great. Like it just moments like that make me happy. So that's what I really love most about the show. And I don't know. There's so much dark stuff on television that like I said, I don't know how it will take, but I can tell you I watch it and I love it. So I just hope everybody at home feels as good about American Grit when they watch it as well.
Was there any pressure or nerves on your end hosting American Grit?
Absolutely. You put your heart and soul into something, and you want it to be so good, and you know you have something that is more than just a television show. Like I said, it speaks volumes about how the military can function in regular society. It has good moral fiber. So like when something can hit this well on multi-platforms, you want it to do so good. And, I just, you do everything you can. It's why I'm talking to you guys right now, because I believe in the show. And of course you get nervous when it airs, you get nervous of public opinion, but, I've learned a lot in my long and arduous career in the WWE. I've certainly had my share of hits, but I've had plenty of misses to go with them. So you do the best that you can. You promote your product the best that you can, and then there's a point when it's just out of your hands.
Thanks again, John.
You got it.